get your glue guns turned on, your scissors ready, and let's make something beautiful for our homes. Whew, I can't even get this one in the full frame. It's so massive. I think that this project is such a high-end quality, maybe if I turn it like this, such a high-end quality project. And if you love the fall farmhouse look, but with a little bit of a modern updated twist, this is gonna be the project for you. And we are doing it all on a Dollar Tree budget, just like I like to do here in my craft room. I picked up 2 of these 12 by 12 wood plaques and some of these craft sticks from the Dollar Tree. We're gonna start by gluing these pieces together. We're gonna add more supplies in just a few minutes, which are florals and some drop cloth and paint. But for now, let's get this base part put together. Now I zigzagged my glue back and forth. I cut off the strands that were on these wood plaques, and I brought those holes together so I can conceal it underneath all the florals we're going to put on this. Now you can see that I'm layering on these craft sticks first across the seam line, and then I went over like a bridge, making sure it was nice and secure. Now I wanted to go with a deep oak color, maybe not so much oak, but a deep chestnut brown. I thought this was so pretty with these golden, beautiful fall colors that come from all of these florals at the Dollar Tree. Now, I felt like this is one of those times where this gold fern pick works beautifully with all of these tones. And then I brought on this large peony. I had this on hand. That one is from Hobby Lobby, but they do have lots of different picks that are peonies at the Dollar Tree. This is just one I had on hand. And I'm coming in with some more greenery and then these little tiny white florals. This is one of the brand new picks they have at the Dollar Tree. It is so impressive how the Dollar Tree florals look now. I remember back in the day when I first started Dollar Tree crafts, and they have come a long way. Now for the drop cloth, I'm just going to simply glue that down right on top of those stems, those florals that I'm concealing underneath it. And you can see that I didn't even paint that part there because there's no need to waste that paint. And then to finish it up, I'm just going to tuck in some more of these golden leaves, this eucalyptus, the top of the drop cloth pocket. And that's it. Isn't it so simple but stunning? I have been wanting to make this wreath for quite some time using actual natural colors that you would see right at the turn of fall going into winter. It always has this golden muted tone to it, and I think it's so pretty. And the Dollar Tree had all of these supplies for us to work with. Can you believe that these were all from the Dollar Tree? For this project, I'm going to be using all of these florals. They're all from the Dollar Tree, except for one I'll show you later in the video. I'm going to be using these harvest acorns and then a whole bunch of these tiny pine cones. I thought about using this ribbon, but I just didn't want to take from the golden beauty that this wreath is going to become. I am going to use this burlap ribbon and then a wreath ring from the Dollar Tree floral section. Now, I always like to give my florals something to hold on to just so that you don't have glue going everywhere on your table. So I wrapped it and coiled it around. When I got to the end, I cut off the extra, put a little glue and clamped it down so that glue can dry, because you don't want to burn yourself through that mesh ribbon. It will go straight through it and burn your fingers. Now, here are the florals I'm using. this pretty white ditzy flower, these brown wheat sticks. I'm not going to use those sunflowers after all. These beautiful golden leaves and eucalyptus. By the way, that eucalyptus is so hard to pull off. Just a pre-warning. I'm also going to be using this golden fern, and then this is the pick that I get from Hobby Lobby. They are just as affordable as the Dollar Tree picks, and you get a whole bunch more on it because they always have their picks on sale for 50% around the fall and Christmas seasons. All right, we're going to start with putting on all of our leaves first. I am going to layer on the golden eucalyptus leaf and the maple leaf. I'm going to just keep layering it, and then I'm going to start bringing in the golden fern. I'm tucking it underneath that wrapped coiled around ribbon. Remember how I said it was going to help us keep glue from going everywhere? Once I had the golden ferns in place, and this is a really substantial piece because it's so sparkly and glittery, I wanted to make sure that's towards the bottom of all the layers, so you see it poking through all the stuff up at the top. But once I had all that in place, I'm now going to just continue to fill in with more of the eucalyptus and more of the maple leaves. Once I can almost not see that ribbon coiled around anymore, I'm now going to bring in those wheat sticks, and I'm going to just tuck them into all these different areas, making sure that color is dispersed nicely throughout the wreath. Now at this point, it's really starting to look pretty good. And I decided I also wanted to bring in this muted boxwood that they have at the Dollar Tree during the fall season. I think it's so pretty and works so perfectly with all these tones. I'm just adding some glue, sneaking that down in there, and I'm looking for spots that are bald on the wreath that need something there, and these are great because they have a nice thick base at the bottom. Now I'm also going to bring in some of this ivory cream little tiny rosette. They also sell these at the fall time, and I'm going to put those all around the edge. I like how they kind of jiggle a little bit. They're long and a little bit wispy, and it's perfect to add on this wreath. I'm also going to use any olive green leaves that I'm finding on any of these picks. Now this is the end where I'm bringing on this pick from Hobby Lobby that I just think this little wispy flower is so pretty. It's going to give the wreath a lot of movement. Whenever I'm making wreaths, I like to have layers and movement so it looks like they're real florals. Now to finish the wreath, this part was so fun. I loved having all of this come together. To finish the wreath, I'm now adding on my pine cones and my harvest acorns. I think this is such a stunning wreath to put in your home, especially because right now the trending color is butter yellow, which is so funny how colors trend sometimes. But I just think that this wreath is super simple to make. All it really is layering on a whole bunch of these similar tones. It reminds me of when winter is coming and the fall season is almost done. You'll start to see those leaves turn to a buttery yellow goldish color, and it's so pretty. I hope you give this wreath a try. All right, for all of my friends looking to submit their projects for the spotlight throughout the rest of this year, I am now looking for Christmas projects. I'm no longer looking for fall projects, so please send me 5 of your best fall crafts for Christmas. I'll have the information right here, linked below and in the description box. Today I have 2 spotlights that I wanted to share with all of you. Up first is Lisa. Look at this pumpkin with all of this texture. This looks like a faux leather fabric that she got a hold of, and I love how the texture is so warm and beautiful. I love this acorn as well. Again, Lisa, you have a gift for texture on your projects. I love that you used those vintage tiles you can get at the Dollar Tree, and I love that it looks like you used twine for the top of the acorn. Now here is a shelf she has in her home with all kinds of these different crafts that she has been making. I thought this picture was so cool. There's so much to look at, and if I were to come to visit your home, I would probably stand in front of this shelf for quite some time, Lisa, really looking at everything and asking if I can touch the texture. Thank you for submitting those, Lisa. Now up next for our second spotlight is Tammy. She sent in as well some amazing projects. She made this pumpkin that looks like fabric that she Mod Podged on, and I love all the twine up at the top with the curly cubed beaded garland. I thought that this sign was so darling and so whimsical. You seem to like to use fabric on your projects, and you're really good at Mod Podging it on where it has a nice clean finish. Now I thought this one was beautiful as well, but I cannot tell what this is made out of. Tammy, if you're seeing this, leave a comment down below. Is this metal? Is this paper? It is so cool, and how did you cut that? And then she also sent in a very whimsical wreath. I thought all these fun details, my kids would love this wreath hanging on our door, all these fun little accents with the gloves. I thought this was very smart how you put this wreath together. And I saved my favorite for last from Tammy's. I love pattern play. I really enjoyed your beautiful bows that you had with the pumpkins and the plaid, as well as the plaid on the paper from the pumpkin. So pretty. And then that you added in this text font. What a great idea to stack all of these pumpkins and get such a beautiful look. Now I have a big announcement here at the end. I am going to be moving on to Christmas starting next week. I am so excited. I have been doing fall ever since the start of August. So if you go back in my channel gallery, you will find so many videos, just in case you missed any of them. Go check that out. All right, friends, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed these projects. I always have so much fun sharing things with you all. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let me know which project you like and which one you think you will try, and if you've tried any of these techniques before. And until the next episode, bye, friends.